You know that book you love, Sapiens, by Yuval Noah Harari?
Yeah.
Well, today we're taking that book
Oh, yeah.
and really digging into it.
Sounds good.
Like those aha moments,
Correct.
the ones that make you see things differently.
Mm.
That's what we're after today.
Hope.
We're going deeper than just a recap.
Okay.
You know, connecting the dots to
Yeah.
see the bigger picture
The bigger picture of what?
of how we, Homo sapiens,
Okay.
became the dominant species.
Interesting.
It all starts with a simple question.
Mm.
What were humans even doing for like
Okay.
2.5 million years
2.5 million.
before recorded history?
Right.
I mean, before history even started.
Yeah.
Because that prehistory period,
Yeah.
it's crucial to understanding everything that comes after.
I see. Okay.
It's easy to just picture our ancestors,
Yeah.
you know, just grunting around,
Yeah.
foraging for food.
Foraging. Uh-huh.
But were they really that different from us?
That's a good question.
What was the turning point?
Well,
Okay.
that's where the cognitive revolution comes in.
Okay, the cognitive revolution.
Yeah, about 70,000 years ago.
All right.
Something just clicked in the human brain.
Okay.
We developed the capacity for abstract thought, language,
Mm-hmm.
and most importantly,
Yeah.
for believing in things.
Believing in things.
Yeah, that don't actually exist.
So our imagination,
Yeah, that's key to our success as a species.
really, our ability to just imagine things.
Exactly. Think about chimps.
Up.
They can only cooperate in small groups.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their relationships
Uh-huh.
based on what they can see and touch.
Okay.
But humans can work with millions of strangers
Wow. Millions.
because we all believe in things like laws,
Okay, laws.
nations,
Okay.
money.
Money, huh?
These things only exist in our collective imagination.
So my credit card only works
Yeah.
because we all agree it has value.
Pretty much, yeah.
Whoa, that's kind of mind-bending.
It really is. It highlights
What?
how much of what we call reality,
Uh-huh.
it's actually built on shared myths and beliefs.
Like we're all just making it up.
In a way, yeah.
Wow.
Think about it next time you see a dollar bill.
Okay.
It's just a piece of paper,
Yeah.
but it holds immense power because we've all agreed to give it meaning.
Okay, I think I see how this
Yeah.
this idea of imagined realities, it really is the foundation for everything.
It really is.
But do we have any evidence for how these beliefs,
Evidence?
yeah, how they actually showed up?
Oh, you mean in early human society?
Yeah, like from archaeology.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One example
Yeah.
from Sapiens.
Uh-huh.
It's the Sungir burial site in Russia.
Sungir burial site.
It dates back 30,000 years.
30,000 years? Wow.
What's fascinating isn't the artifacts.
No.
Oh, well, they're cool.
Okay.
Like a hat
Uh-huh.
decorated with fox teeth
Hmm.
and ivory bracelets.
Wow.
But it's what they tell us
What about them?
about the Sungir art people's beliefs.
Their beliefs.
Yeah, like they were thinking about
Yeah.
social status and the afterlife.
So it wasn't just about survival.
It wasn't just about that. No.
Wow.
They were already creating meaning
Hmm.
and purpose beyond the physical world.
That's incredible.
It is. It is.
To think about that 30,000 years ago.
Yeah, 30,000 years ago.
They were already thinking about these things.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It really is. So 30,000 years ago, humans were thinking about these big questions.
Yeah.
Life, death, the meaning of it all.
It's fascinating.
It really is.
Yeah.
But how did we go from elaborate burials to building like pyramids and empires?
Right.
Was it all just progress?
Well, we tend to think that,
Yeah.
but Sapiens,
Uh-huh.
it presents a different view.
Oh,
The agricultural revolution
okay.
was a major turning point,
Right.
but it wasn't necessarily better for humans.
Wait, so farming might have actually been a trap.
Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah.
Hunter-gatherers,
Uh-huh.
they had a varied diet,
Mm.
more leisure time.
Okay.
They weren't as vulnerable to diseases.
Right.
Farming, though,
Yeah.
meant backbreaking labor,
No.
vulnerability to droughts, pests,
Right.
and they had to depend on just a few crops.
But wouldn't agriculture also
Yeah.
like create a stable food supply, and that
Yeah.
led to bigger populations, settlements, and cities?
Sure, it did.
Isn't that progress?
It's a trade-off.
Oh, okay.
Harari calls it the luxury trap.
The luxury trap.
Yeah, we get used to comfort and security
Mm-hmm.
even if it comes at a cost.
Oh, okay.
And once we've had that luxury,
Uh-huh.
it's hard to go back.
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
It's like how we can't live without our smartphones.
Exactly.
They demand our attention.
yeah,
They stress us out.
right.
But we're so used to them.
Well, wait.
Instant communication and information.
It's hard to imagine anything less.
Yeah, it feels like a hardship.
Right. Our ancestors spent hours each day just getting food.
Yeah.
Now we can just order a meal with a few taps.
It's so easy.
So easy, but we feel more rushed and stressed than ever.
Makes you think, huh?
It really does.
If we've actually gained anything in terms of well-being.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
So agriculture led to amazing innovations.
It didn't.
Writing in cities. But it also brought new problems.
It did. That's exactly what Sapiens argues.
Okay, understand.
The shift to agriculture, it brought social hierarchies, competition for land, and resources, and maybe even less health and happiness.
For a lot of people.
For a lot of people.
It's a complex legacy then.
Very complex.
So how did this lead to empires?
Well, as farming communities grew, they needed more land and resources, which led to conflict.
Makes sense.
This created a need for stronger leadership. Someone to command armies and control the land.
To manage these bigger societies.
Exactly.
So that's what drove the formation of empires.
Exactly. Sapiens traces this from small villages like Jericho.
Okay, Jericho's
with just a few hundred people.
Right.
To massive empires like the Akkadian Empire.
The Akkadian Empire.
Ruling over 1 million subjects.
Wow, 1 million.
And for most of history, most humans have lived under some kind of empire.
Wow, I never thought of it like that.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
But empires weren't just built on military power, right? They needed something else.
Like what?
Like shared beliefs.
Oh, okay.
Ideologies to legitimize their rule.
You're right. That's a crucial point.
Okay.
Empires needed more than force.
Right.
They needed to convince people that their rule was just inevitable.
Right. Okay.
This is where religion comes in.
Religion.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about politics.
Well, it's all connected.
Okay. Sapiens defines religion as a system of norms and values. Okay. That's based on a superhuman order.
So not just gods and spirits?
Not just that. No.
Okay.
It's about meaning and purpose.
Right.
Beyond the material world.
Interesting.
And that can be powerful.
Powerful.
For shaping social behavior and justifying power structures.
So you're saying empires used religion to control people?
Well, it wasn't always that simple.
Okay.
But religion did often reinforce the authority of rulers. Like the Code of Hammurabi.
The Code of Hammurabi.
One of the earliest sets of laws.
Right.
It claimed to be based on divine justice.
Divine justice.
Yeah, principles from the gods.
Okay.
This gave the Babylonian king a lot of power.
How so?
He was seen as enforcing a higher order.
I see.
It's fascinating.
What is?
How Sapiens compares Hammurabi's code to the American Declaration of Independence.
Wow, okay.
It highlights the power of imagined realities.
Yeah. The Declaration of Independence. It appeals to a higher principle.
Okay.
The equality of all men.
Okay.
Endowed by their creator with rights. Both documents draw their authority from beliefs that has no basis in the natural world.
But those beliefs have shaped everything.
They really have.
It's amazing to think about.
It is.
That our reality is shaped by the stories we tell ourselves.
That's right.
The myths we believe in.
It's powerful stuff.
But if our reality is so malleable, does that mean anything goes?
Right.
If enough people believe in something, does that make it true?
That's a good question.
That's a great question. If our reality is so malleable, does that mean anything goes?
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is.
That something as fundamental as reality is built on these shared myths.
Right.
But what happens when those beliefs are challenged?
Like when something new comes along.
Exactly.
And disrupts those stories.
That's what happened with the scientific revolution.
Right, a scientific revolution.
About 500 years ago.
All right.
It wasn't just discoveries and inventions.
It wasn't.
It was a change in how we approach knowledge.
Okay.
Sapiens argues the scientific revolution was about acknowledging our ignorance, embracing uncertainty, and always questioning assumptions.
So science is a never-ending process.
Pretty much.
Always pushing the boundary.
Of what we know.
Okay.
Exactly, and that's what makes it powerful.
How so?
It's not about finding the answer.
Right.
It's about refining our understanding.
Okay.
Revising theories. Being open to new possibilities.
That's really different than a lot of earlier belief systems.
It is. It's a different way of thinking.
So how did this way of thinking translate into real-world changes?
Well, think about the advancements.
Advancements in?
Medicine, technology, our understanding of the universe.
Okay.
We can cure diseases that were once death sentences.
Wow.
Communicate across the globe instantly.
Right.
Even manipulate life with genetic engineering.
That's incredible.
All of this
Yeah.
comes from the scientific method.
Right. From that willingness to experiment.
To observe and revise our understanding.
Based on evidence.
Exactly.
We've come so far.
Yeah.
In such a short time.
It really is amazing.
But Sapiens also cautions about viewing all this progress as a good thing.
Right.
What are the downsides?
It's not just a celebration of progress.
Okay.
Sapiens asks some tough questions.
Like what?
About the ethics of our power. Like extending human lifespans.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
With biotechnology.
Okay.
It makes us ask what it means to be human.
Right.
How it would change society.
Uh-huh.
And if we should even do it.
That really got me thinking.
Yeah.
The idea of living for centuries.
It's wild, right?
It's mind-blowing. But then you start thinking about the meaning of life, our relationship with death.
It's a lot to think about.
It really is.
It's a huge shift in perspective.
Yeah.
And we're just starting to understand it.
Okay.
It's not just lifespan either.
Right.
Think about AI.
Artificial intelligence?
Yeah, and genetic engineering. These could solve big problems.
Yeah.
But they also have risks.
If we don't handle them carefully.
Right.
It feels like we're at a turning point.
Yeah, like a crossroads.
Where the choices we make now will change everything.
For the future of humanity.
It's a big responsibility.
It is.
So does Sapiens offer any insights?
Insights
into where we might be headed? Does history have a direction?
That's a question for the ages.
It really is.
But Sapiens does have a perspective.
Okay, what is it?
Cultures and empires rise and fall.
Right.
But there's a broader trend.
Which trend?
Towards larger, more complex, more interconnected societies.
So we're all becoming more connected.
That's the argument, yeah.
Interesting.
It's like swimming out with a satellite.
Okay.
The details become less important than the overall direction.
Think about the challenges we face today.
And
climate change, pandemics, global inequality.
These are all problems that go beyond borders and need global cooperation.
To solve them.
Exactly. This could push us
towards
a new kind of global empire.
A global empire.
Not based on conquest, though.
On what then?
On the need to address these challenges.
That's a really interesting idea.
It is, but it seems to contradict something else from Sapiens.
Oh, what's that?
The power of tribalism.
Right. Us versus them.
Exactly. Can we really overcome that?
To create a truly unified world.
That's the question, isn't it?
It really is.
Sapiens doesn't give easy answers.
No.
But it makes us confront these tensions in human nature.
Right. We're capable of great things.
We are.
But also prone to fear and violence.
It's true.
The future depends on which side wins.
I think you're right.
This has been such an eye-opener.
It has been interesting, hasn't it?
It really has.
Yeah.
If we had to pick one takeaway from Sapiens.
One takeaway.
What would it be?
For me,
yeah,
it's that history isn't predetermined.
Okay.
It's not a straight line to some endpoint.
So it's more complex than that.
Much more complex.
Okay.
It's a process shaped by so many things.
Like what?
Our beliefs and our choices.
So if history is the story of how we create our realities.
Our imagined realities.
Right.
Then the question is, what reality are we creating now?
What stories are we telling ourselves?
And where are they leading us?
I'll be thinking about that for a while.
Me too. That's what keeps us engaged.
What do you mean?
Keeps us learning and trying to understand ourselves and the world.
It's been an incredible journey.
It has.
Thank you so much for joining us.
The pleasure was mine.
And to our listener, thanks for being a part of the deep dive.